Welcome to Civil Learning Solutions Productivity Suite Tools Help videos. In this video, we're going to go over the parking count tool. So if you're ever dealing with commercial projects where you have to calculate the number of parking stalls you have to verify you're meeting the zoning requirements for a building, this is kind of help you cut down some of that time counting those parking stalls. I've seen in the past where people use blocks and use some kind of third-party app just to count a block, which is a bunch of circles for each install. So this actually helps out if you don't have vehicle tracking. So here I'm actually using some personal line curve label styles I personally created that calculates my parking stalls for a 9 by 18 or a 10 by 20 parking stalls, angled parking, curved parking, like here where it's inner and outer parking stalls. So I have these line labels I've personally created to create this. And what it's going to do is actually count this information, count the parking stalls based on these lines and curve tables. It's going to be kind of a dynamic. So I'm going to show you how this works. So I've actually got my Suite app open, and I got this simple site plan, and I want to get the total number of parking stalls here. So when I run the command, the count command, it's asking me, do you want to select it based on style or based on selection? I say yes, I do want to do by style. And here it's showing me all the different styles I have in the drawing. The ones that are in blue are the ones that are currently being used. So I do like those two, the one in blue here, but this is actually all my line and curve tables in this drawing. Now I can select all of them if I wanted to, but I just want these two. Click OK, and I'll put the table over to the right. And it's going to put the table based on the font style you're currently using and also the layer style you're using too. So first, let's see what happens if I came in here and maybe deleted a few of these parking stalls. This one, and this one, and this one, deleted it, and came back into my parking table and hit the update button, and notice my parking stall updates automatically. But what if I actually modified one of these parking counts numbers and manually overrid the line label? So this is actually 5. So I'll come in here and say edit label text, and I'll change this to a 5, and I'll change the color too so it knows that I've actually visually changed this. Here we go, and I'm going to hit the update button now. Now it didn't change because I already had 5 over here, but let's go do a 7 instead. That way you can see the number change, because this was 5 parking stalls. Okay, now I should hit update. There we go. Now I'm going to come back and add those label styles and update my parking count. Single row, 2 rows. I do have a curb, so I'm going to select this line segment here, this one. I do have a curved one here. Actually, I think this is supposed to be my outer one or inner. There we go. All right, and I can flip this label style now, come back and update my parking table. And notice here it's 103 now. Now every time I add a label style, because I selected those 2 styles, it's always going to update this table. But if I create a new one, it won't get it. So sometimes it is helpful to select all the label styles, parking label styles you may have. But this is a quick way to keep up with your parking counts. Later in the second release, we'll break it down to type of parking, if it's 9 by 18, 10 by 20, 60, 30, 60 degree angle parking, compact parking, and a later release. But hopefully this answers a lot of your questions about the parking count table.